just for Jen.
Yeah. These are more generic ones that can be applied for anything. But I think through the homework, the goal and the understanding is to realize that hooks really grab people's attention, especially if I'm putting myself in the position of a consumer that's scrolling through their phone and consuming so much. What's going to make them stop and look? And in addition to the really cool reels that Jen puts together, or seeing people have fun, words, and like you've seen a lot of in video captions that have the hook get people to stop and see what is this about. And so I think that's going to be super helpful, specifically for social media, um, because a lot of the content is similar. What I mean by that is someone's on a booth turning around having fun. So how can we incorporate something that that looks different or seems different, even though we're promoting the same product in a
Same product,
sense?
yeah.
Yeah, and so there are variations in the booths. We know we have the magazine booth, or the cyclones enclosures that have variety, but essentially, because the 360 booth doesn't change in and of itself, or the photo booths are a similar attraction and it's event related, the hooks will can add something that give a different element to cause people to stop, and figure out, okay, what are they going to say after this hook?
Yeah.
What are they going to say? You know, what are we going to see? And like I said again, these are these are also subject lines. These are also going to be incorporated in the email as well. For that very reason, it helps spike open rates and click-through rates, and get people's attention, and get them to read and talk about what we're actually wanting them to see.
Cool.
So yeah, this is a
These
part
are
of our
really good.
format. You said these hooks are really good.
Yeah, sorry, blender going on in the back.
Oh, I can't hear
Oh, okay, cool.
it. Yeah, these are mine, are more marketing, generic, boring ones.
Okay.
but they uh but they do the trick. And
Yeah,
they
I'm just reading each one, trying to figure out how it could be related to the point you were just making. How it could be related to what we do.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, with with our formula, we start with our quarterly focus. What if that's brand awareness? And we're focusing on brand awareness, and under our content pillar for brand awareness, we're informing them about why they need this, utilizing our keywords. Okay, let's be real for a second. Most people that get a booth don't understand these three things. Or most people that put on an event don't understand these three things.
hmm,
We like that's one way we could complete that statement.
okay.
I'm just gonna say what everyone else is thinking. When you get on a booth, don't do this. And just talk about booth etiquette or something. These are I'm just
Makes me
brainstorming.
think about with the 360, how often people get up and they're just like even last night we did a deal for Toys for Tots, and people get up and they'll watch someone, but they'll still get up there and like, I don't know what to do. And Jen actually did a reel about that did okay. So
Yeah. Um, I think the one that stands out to me that you had was the Dallas one, because that's location specific,
uh-huh.
and because that's a part of our brand keywords,
Mhm, mhm.
being DFW Dallas. And so specifically having the location a part of the hook adds benefit, because oh Dallas, he's talking to me, I'm in Dallas.
Right.
What's going on?
That's
um
all my for whatever reason in my threads, that's all I saw.
yes, because and then Dallas, with the algorithm, it's connecting you with people in Dallas,
Mhm.
because that's how it works. And threads, when you say Dallas, it's going to say, oh well, this person is also talking about Dallas, what's going on? So that's all
Do
he
you know
said.
of any correlation? Because I've been noticing like threads have been placed in the timeline of Instagram. I know Instagram started threads, but there will be like a video with a caption that shows in the timeline of my Instagram scroll. If I click on a thread, then now it sends me over to a separate platform, threads.
Hmm.
And that's all text based, right? With some video or photo that can be added. Um, do you know if there's any kind of correlation or if they're working together as it relates to um, keywords and algorithms and everything else? Like in threads, I noticed that it's Dallas, comma, a bunch. You know what I mean? But obviously in Instagram, it's a video of a reel showing up and it's an in video caption. And then the caption at the bottom, that's a little bit different, but says the same message. Is the Dallas comma linking to the same reel in Instagram that is saying, hey, Dallas, this restaurant is fire, you know?
Yeah. So there's they're similar in the fact that they both have algorithms, but they're different in how they're being utilized.
Okay.
So Instagram, its direct competitor is TikTok, and I would say Threads, its direct competitor is Twitter.
But
And so the nature of how people use those platforms are different. So, how can I keep you on the platform using it for as long as you possibly can without realizing that you've just wasted 3 hours of your life? Reels is the name of the game. So if I'm on Instagram, I want to see reels, reels, reels. Now, because they own each other, we're going to incorporate threads in there to get you to also utilize that platform and see how cool it is. But if you notice in threads, you may see a lot in the same way for Instagram, you see a lot of content from people that you don't know or don't even follow.
right.
So it's just connecting you to people who they think you would be
Yeah.
uh, relatable to based off of the actual word in there. So that's why the keywords are important. So you may see a whole bunch of Dallas related things because you may talk about Dallas a lot because you're a Dallas event planner and your your account is specifically geared toward Dallas.
Yeah.
My feed is a doesn't say much about Dallas because I really don't communicate about Dallas a lot in
Okay.
my thread. So I don't see a lot of Dallas. It's linking me to people that are utilizing the same words that I'm using.
Okay.
So on my personal threads, I have put up verses, I put up marketing things, and then I have a threads for engaged society. And I see a ton of marketing, just social media manager, keywords, SEO, all of that. I don't see anything location based. I don't see anything event based because it's looping me together with people that are using similar words that I'm using on the
Gotcha.
platform.
Gotcha. Would you think you're saying you, I guess my question is, do you think those two algorithms or approaches are working independently of each other? Or, and I'm asking because I saw a thread on Instagram. So I'm wondering if it favors us to, like, if I post a reel, post the exact same thread with the same caption, you know? Like, are
Yeah,
those two things working together or?
I would say they're working together, but also in a different way. So you may hear people start talking about how the engagement is low on Instagram and they're not reaching their people. Well, that's because they've moved into the space where they want you to pay to play. Like, hey, if you want to reach these people, you're going to have to pay us some dollars to get in
Right,
front of
right.
them.
Mhm.
Where Threads is more how Instagram started, whereas it's, hey, the fact that you even use these words, we're going to loop you together and people are going to engage and we're going to show you to people who don't know you just because we want you to stay here. We want you to stay on the platform.
Okay,
So it doesn't hurt in any way to put it on both platforms. Um, a reel here and just text here on threads because you're going to by following this formula with our hooks, with our keywords, with our content pillars, we're going to reach the people that we need to reach in the way
gotcha.
that they're going to see it.
Okay, and this might be jumping the gun in terms of strategy, but if I'm doing that, if because when I heard you say this, we have a little more opportunity with threads where we're not being pushed into playing the game or paying the game rather, like we are on Instagram. So strategy wise, would it be a good move to, starting for the one, make sure that we post on threads regularly, um, just as regularly as we do with reels.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And honestly, you can take the same or similar language for both platforms, so you don't have to do double duty.
Mhm.
So the basis of our meetings over these past few weeks is to set the formula that we can use all the time, because we
Okay.
know what our focus is, we know what our keywords are, we know what the hook could be that can be used on any platform. Like some in the
My God.
background. uh, that can be used in any platform. Maybe it's just linked to a reel instead of photos or just text.
Gotcha.
But the same message applies across the board.
Cool.
But I would say yes. I would say that it's worth it, especially since Dallas is a part of our keywords, and it will loop people who
Yeah.
are specifically looking to connect with Dallas events, Dallas Black-owned businesses, Dallas, what have you.
Okay.
Now,
So
whether
we should
those
probably
people,
use DFW specifically or Dallas.
I would
Both.
say both. I would say that our audience is likely using Dallas more than DFW
Okay.
because, think about somebody that's from Dallas. I'm not saying I'm from Fort Worth.
Right. Right.
Fort Worth people say they're from Fort Worth.
Right. But everybody
However,
said they're from Dallas.
yes. However, if we're saying Dallas, we're talking to Dallas and we're addressing ourselves as DFW 360. Well, now we've got both.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Both are in
Okay.
there.
My bad. I know I diverted from what you were showing. So, but
No,
my wheels started turning.
no worries at all. I'm just gonna go back to the screen. Uh-oh. Yeah. So again, these are the hooks that we'll incorporate one of these hooks every single time because it's a part of the formula. We know that hooks work, and specifically since this is being recorded for Jen, this will be helpful for her too, as she's the one that's going to be posting on social media, incorporating a hook every single time.
Would you mind
So
sharing this with us on Canva?
yeah, like directly from Canva.
Yeah, because we all have like Team Canva accounts. And so yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, shoot, you don't have to do that. That costs.
Yeah, I'll just share it. I wonder if your email's already in here.
At
Is
your
it
turn,
at your turn?
ENT. Yeah. You gotta you're missing the R in your. No. Go back. Your turn, ENT.com. Yeah. Boom. Got it.
Yeah. And so now the last thing that we are going to do is just create the content calendar.
Then
And
again,
so
last thing we're gonna do is
create the content calendar. If we got
okay.
our pieces together, we've got the focus, we've got the brand keywords, we have the call to actions, we've got the hooks. Now we just need to create the content calendar. And again, based off of this frequency chart, this is the aim to get 3 to 5 posts per week, 5+ stories, 2 to 3 collabs per month, and then we're already consistent with our 2 emails per month. We
Okay.
can take I did this primarily for Instagram because that was the primary platform. We
Of
can
course.
create another one for Threads. Because they're different, but we can use the same content from Instagram and place it on Threads, just so
Yeah.
that we know these are the 2 main areas that we're focusing. You can also take this because I know you're active on LinkedIn and put it on LinkedIn as well.
Yeah. So
Uh,
in terms of like sharing on multiple platforms, Jen's plan is she uses a platform called Metricool.
okay.
that we started, and I don't know if we're subscribed to it or not. I know she's talked to me about similar to like your use of Benchmark. Like I said, I'm down if it's furthering the brand, like let's do it. I want people who know what they're doing to be doing that stuff. So she's gonna kind of take Metricool and apply this calendar, whatever it looks like. So whatever you formulate, I've already told her, actually right after our last meeting, I said, whatever Aquila formulates in terms of the schedule, I just want to swing it to you, ask you for an invoice for what that costs to make sure this gets done on a regular basis, and then we'll go from there. Um, because truthfully, like you can show me this 3 to 5 times per week, real okay. And honestly, every time I'll be like, okay, cool. But like I don't really know the ins and outs of like what that's going to actually do. So I'm very much dependent on your expertise here. I don't really
Yeah.
have a bunch of pushback for, whatever you say that calendar needs to look like.
Yeah. So the next time we'll just like I want us to go through a month, look at a month at a glance, and create a
Okay.
calendar together
Okay.
and saying, okay, 3 to 5, 3 to 5 times per week is our goal. We'll start with Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday,
Mm.
and then outline. And I'll have this set up so that you can visually see it too.
Okay.
What what's the focus? What's the keywords? What's the call to action? What's the hook? What is the actual reel?
Okay.
Even if it's a premise for the reel, what is the premise for the reel? What's the premise for the image? So that when Jen looks at it and she says, okay, I know exactly what to do, instead of twiddling her thumb saying, I know I've got to post something today, but I don't know what I should do. This calendar would just literally be drawn out to where she says, I take A, add B, I put C, and we're done.
Cool. And that way it's in sync with what you're emailing out.
Right.
Gotcha. Well,
Yeah.
do you anticipate us ramping up our quantity of emails next year? Do you think that'll be necessary?
Again, we can. I don't think it will hurt our audience because our open rate is great, our click-through rate is great. It's just a matter of if there's the content there.
Okay.
So
Somebody did
if
ask us
we
to be removed from the email list today. That was heartbreaking.
it's okay. We get a few unsubscribes every now and then. I
Yeah,
think
but
it's
it's a little
interesting when
different when
people
they email you
directly
back and say, take
when
me
they
off the list. Yeah.
right. It's like just click the unsubscribe link. Um, but there's some people that do that because a lot of companies have multiple lists
Mhm.
and they're like unsubscribe from one list, but if you don't unsubscribe from the other ones, then they'll keep emailing. I don't know if you've ever noticed that.
Oh, I have.
You're like, I thought I unsubscribed from
Yeah.
them. And they're like, you unsubscribe from our marketing one emails, but you
Hmm.
get
Hmm. We send gift baskets out to planners and venue owners every Christmas. It's not much, like 5 or 6 people, but Harry and David is who I've used before, and apparently they're owned by like 11 other companies that are kind of like in the same vein, floral company, uh, not tapestry, whatever you call it, that they do paper decorations and stuff like all these different things. And that was the only one that I've seen where like they just straight up have each logo and like you can click the ones you want to unsubscribe from. And I was like, well, thank you. Yes, unsubscribe me from
click
everything.
all.
Oh,
Where's the check all box?
no,
Oh,
yeah,
thank
that's the thing though. They made you go through and click. They made it hard for me to, but I did it.
yeah, because most people don't want to be bothered by the time. But
Mhm. Okay.
yes. So yeah, I mean, let's also outline what it would look like for a weekly email. So next week we'll do social media, and then after that we'll do a
So
weekly email calendar.
here's my fear. Well, two things. Number one, I'm going to be out of town next week. I'm taking Marissa to Chicago for her birthday, and
Nice.
we're going to do a quick weekend. So I just met with Marie this morning and asked her to step in for me and for me to not be bothered from the 25th to the 20 or 24th to 29th. So, and simultaneously, Jen is planning her trip to India. So I do want to make sure that for the sake of time and the effectiveness that we're all on the call. Like I don't want to end up with this again where Jen's not here. So if you can get with Jen and see when would be good for her, you know, even if it is while I'm out of town, it's just, we're just talking about 30 minutes to an hour, then good. But I do want to make sure all three of us are on the call.
Okay.
And if that's not next week, it can be the following week. Um, but I want to make sure that we're all on the call. Um,
What's the day that you're actually going out of town?
we fly out on the 25th, the morning of the 25th, and
Yeah.
we fly back the evening of the 28th.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Because we have an email scheduled to go out on the 24th. So I just wanted to make sure if I sent you the test email
Yeah, if you
before.
send it to me Monday, I can kind of take a look at it and we'll be able to. What is the email for the 24th?
Okay.
No, I was asking, what do you know what we're going to be sending out?
We are, hang on, let me look at my
They're
notes.
jamming in this Starbucks.
I can't hear. What are they playing?
I don't know. I've never heard this or some like house music kind of vibes. Feel like I'm shopping.
Okay, so I guess we only talked about the magazine booth one for the first one. So
Okay.
for the second one, are there any events coming up
Um,
or that have recently happened?
event coming up. Yes, we're about to do Daimler, but that's not a public event. I would like to do a recap kind of email if we're going to do that. Um, let me see. End of the month. I mean, we did the Toys for Tot thing. That's nothing really to boost. Um, Neon going out Monday. Casey Johnston on the 22nd. The Women's Lawyer Awards. Jen is, whoa, that's a little weird because Jen is scheduled to do that, but she is not gonna be here.
I'm gonna be here.
Oh, she's leaving the day. Oh, wow, she's a real one. That young lady is out of town right now, coming back on the 21st, gonna do the gig on the 22nd, and then hop back on the plane on the 23rd to go to India. Boy,
Wow.
boy,
Commitment.
that's just confirmation that I pay well enough because I know she's already told me like, hey, I need that money to go to go. Like, all right. Yeah, not really any things I'm seeing here. Something at the House of Blues on the 24th. What the heck is this? Um, we did just
Okay.
get a second mag booth that's black. So that might be something. We don't have anything to show it off though before now and next week. Um, let's do
Are
this. Oh, but
I was gonna ask, are there any new neon signs that we could highlight, and perhaps
okay.
is there
Um,
a sign booth package deal?
um, yes, I need to develop this, but I got a wedding tomorrow that's been like occupying my mind space. And
Gotcha.
then the next day we have Harvest Fest. So at our church. So if we
No, that is.
can, maybe were you planning on putting that email together over the weekend or like were you going to start next week?
Well, since you're going out of town, I can do the weekend. But
Okay. The reason I was asking is because Monday I'll be able to kind of breathe a little bit. I'm actually going to go and deliver the neon sign that I just did is for Moncrief's. I don't know what that is. It's a martini bar. Um, and we actually have some really cool samples that just came in. I'm gonna text it to you because it's kind of cool. And I do plan to, once I have one of my own, I do plan to put this out there and let people know this is something we'd be interested in doing. But it's going to put us in a different kind of space instead of just being like neon signs that you would hang for events or like in someone's room. This is kind of like signage that you would see in a storefront or on a wall kind of thing.
nice.
Uh, so yeah, I'm sending you a picture of some of the samples. They sent me that suitcase picture, the third photo. They shipped that to my house a week or so ago, so I should be getting that soon. I'll be able to actually show this live. Um,
Yeah, those are dope.
yeah, I can't think of any in the past. I'll get with Tammy Wynn and see. Okay, let's not do anything neon next week because all of that is like too pressing. I think we have enough content to pick from something that has already happened. Um, maybe like could we do like a shout out, like a client shout out? You think that'd be a good email?
Client shout outs are always great.
Because we had a last week was crazy. Now we did the Wingstop activation at the Cowboys or AT&T Stadium on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
They asked us not to share anything.
Oh,
They
right.
yeah, they even asked me not to take their logo off the notable clients on the website.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I do believe some dope photos came back from we had two weddings that did photo booths. Um, we had a full weekend of stuff. I know there's some content. I have to look and see which is the better one and which one I can get the photographer to send me some sneaks from. Because I would rather put high res photos in the shots.
And
Um,
out.
oh, I know. Okay, so this lady, you probably already saw the post that I put on Instagram. Um she's a realtor and she did a neon sign from us. Said, "Hey bestie." Did you see that?
Yes. I saw it on your
So
LinkedIn.
yeah, I think that'd be a perfect person for a shout out. Um, and I'm actually supposed to send them a dinner. I totally forgot. But I took a picture with them. I don't know if that I would love to see if they have it hung up already. If I can get a photo from them. I'm gonna text this to you just in case, just like placement, maybe.
Yeah. As I build out everything else.
Yeah. Um, um, but I would love to, and it's just two photos, but I'll get with Kim and see if they have it hung up and if she could send me some photos. Text her now. But I think she'd be the perfect person when she posted a story. She posted a couple stories about the neon. She tagged us, shouted us out, and then I posted a reel and made her a collaborator. She accepted it, and we got numbers on that one. That was since I've had DFW Neon. That's been the highest performing reel that we put out. Um,
Nice.
so she's like on board with sharing and like really cool and has a following. Like it was just realtor after realtor after realtor, um, kind of following. And so that might kind of put us in another market too. Um,
Yeah.
let's
But the
see.
D magazine, we hadn't talked about that either.
Oh yeah, we're doing an event for them tomorrow. They're gonna do the mag again at Dallas Museum of Art. I
Hmm.
took a few photos, but no high res images. I can put Abby on that. Let me see. Hey, can you try and get some high res photos? Um, all right. So I just text Abigail to see if she can get some high res. So it was plenty of photographers there. Oh, I know the owner of Incredible. I'll make some calls. Who's this other person I need to hit? Kim. Sorry.
Kim. Yeah.
Kim's the
So
person
we
who helped
do,
us with the neon.
yeah, the Dallas Museum of Art and then the client testimonials or shout out. That's sweet. Yeah, it'd be cool to have this picture and it on the wall.
I'm wondering if the sign has been we'd love to get a photo of it. That's found out. Also, business info to include. Cool. So just DM her. When she gets back to me, I'll get back to you. I'm gonna drive right back home. I'm actually out because Marissa was getting her hair done for this weekend or next weekend. Girl went all the way to the thing and forgot her braiding hair. So here I go driving all the way to Frisco, trying to be husband of the year. And I'm like, I need to
Congratulations, you
just
made
to
it.
get home. Yeah. So I
Dang, that's the worst.
ran in there, dropped her hair, and ran right back out and went to find the nearest Starbucks. But I'm gonna head back home now. Her payment is gonna be picking up the girls, so I can actually focus on getting some work done.
Heard
But
that.
once I get home, hopefully Kim and Abigail would have responded back to me, and I can get content to you.
Perfect. Well, I'll
But
be on standby and we'll go from there.
yeah, I think let me send that reel to you too. That might be helpful. Um, I think that's the perfect like client shout out for sure. Her name is, gosh, I forgot her name too. Is it cool if I just send it to you on Insta?
Yep.
Rosemary Lewis, that's her name. Get it?
Got it.
Cool, cool, cool. All right.
Oh, that's
Well,
exciting.
do you have any other things?
That's it for us today.
Cool, cool. All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you.
All right. Well, we'll have a good weekend and enjoy your trip. That sounds so fun. But I'll text you a test next week
Okay,
and I'll be
sounds
on
good.
standby for the content.
All right, sounds good. Thank you. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye bye.